So I'm Reid. I'm the University Archivist. I've been at Gleason Library since 2019, so about 3 years. And what I do is manage the institutional records of the university.
And I'm Maura Wilson. I am the Special Collections and University Archives Assistant for Gleason Library. Um, November 1st is going to be my 1 year work anniversary, so I haven't been here too terribly long. But essentially what I do is I help both the Special Collections and the University Archives departments in whatever needs doing, and that includes processing and research and supervision, things like that.
The records we collect have historical value to the university. They're also the functional records of the offices on campus. So that's a wide variety of things, and that could be anything from like committee meeting minutes coming out of certain working groups or committees from the schools. That could be photographs, it could be athletics materials, yearbooks, publications done by the university. I think the most unique, and also you want to think about definition of unique, right? Is we have in the archives a lichen, and it's nicknamed the magic mushroom. It is literally a lichen slash fungus that is probably about, this big. And it was one of our past presidents, Father McGinnis, did a trip to Japan in the 1970s, and this was gifted to him. And so he brought it back, and we have it in the archives. All of the stuff we have, we want to preserve it and maintain it for as long as we can, so we make it accessible for research and teaching. And some records aren't conducive to that. So we have to be a little bit selective in the things that we choose. The student body and the makeup of the campus community has changed a lot. It used to be an all-male school, and look at some of those early yearbook photos, you'll be able to see the difference. And that once women undergraduates came to campus in the 1960s, that radically changed the campus community. And then if you look at our student population today, it's very different than what it was originally. So I think, that's been the main change. Back in the day, I feel like administratively, the institution was a lot more conservative than it is now. I feel like now we're more open-minded, more inclusive than we were in the past.
When Lone Mountain College and USF combined, there was a big change. Although Lone Mountain College was co-ed at the time, it was still, I think, predominantly female. So that was a big change in campus. It sparked a lot of conversations.
We want to be able to hold the institution accountable for its decisions that it's made over time. And so we can go back and look at, decisions that the administration or the faculty senate or the student senate were making, and reflect on and interpret that history. Another reason is for teaching and research. Having a place that we can incorporate our materials, our primary source materials, into the curriculum and have that available for students and faculty and staff for research, I think it's really important. And then third, I would say a way to connect our community with the past. So often when you're just walking around campus and you're like, oh, what's that over there? And you don't know anything about the history of a particular building or a place on campus or something like that. And once you can dig into that and figure out the history of the place, you feel more connected to it, and it's maybe more meaningful. So I think it's being able to have our current community connect to the past community.
Yeah, and I mean, just to kind of build on that within the same breath of accountability, that accountability sparks change and inspires action, and we want to be a part of that for student organizations and groups. We also, like Annie was saying, creating that connection to the past, and through that you create a campus culture. So I think that's also a really important role that we do in archives, is sort of tracking and helping to build this campus culture and that connection that students can feel